I'm having a Hanukkah party and I've made 3 types of latkes. I'm gonna go serve them to my guests. Wanna come? I'm back. Right, latkes. When it comes to latkes, go big or go home. Today we've got our 3 types. We've got the traditional and still my favourite, potato. We have a sweet potato and parsnip, which has an earthiness that I love. Beetroot and carrot with feta, which is virtuous and delicious. It's basically tricolore latke time. As always, everything is prepped. We just need to grate, squeeze, fry and dip. Let's get grating. I always prefer the potatoes on a box grater. I like the texture. The secret with the potato latke, to make sure you squeeze all of the moisture out as much as possible. So I use a muslin. The less moisture in your latke, the crispier the bite. Look at that. Look how much water comes off these potatoes. And you're going to tie it around a wooden spoon and then going to squeeze it again. And I'm going to be squeezing even more liquid. It's still more. Can't believe it. Don't miss this step. Crucial. Okay, it's had a little rest. I'm going to pour off this liquid and then there's going to be a big reveal of a starchy bottom on this bowl. Into the bowl. If you can get as much potato starch as possible out, that's the best. You just have to adjust the flour accordingly. To this, I'm going to add an egg. The more eggs, the more rubbery your latkes. We're going to add a couple of tablespoons of flour, a good pinch of salt. Mixed and ready. Look, the texture is literally very light, only just binding. That's all you want it to do, just to stick together. Let's quickly make the others and get frying. The last bit of sweet potato. Sweet potatoes and parsnips have a lot less starch than potatoes. I tend to add an extra tablespoon of flour into the mix, just so that they bind. Again, the egg flour situation. And I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of flour to this. Let's mix. On to the final batch, and there is no way I'm doing it without protection. Gloves, jazz hands. Just going to organise myself. Let's grate. Slice of spring onions. Spring onion. Gorgeous, look at that. And these actually get 2 eggs and 3 tablespoons of flour because they need some help sticking together. And mix. Gloves are handy. Last step, crumble in the feta. Tip number 345 about latkes: don't mess with the patties too much. Okay, time to fry. You want a very delicate, what I call a 3-finger pinch. You want it just to stick together. Let them brown, but not too much. Before I started frying, I got a pan with paper towel to drain them, and then a second pan with a rack on, so that once they had drained slightly, I could take them off and they could cool without getting soggy. So, traditionally, you would have a potato latke with a dollop of sour cream and a smidge of applesauce. But today, we also have apple cranberry sauce. We have a green goddess sour cream, because green goddess and everything. We have a horseradish sour cream. I love to eat my latkes with some leftover sour cream and some smoked salmon, or with a jammy egg on top, obviously. But today I've got some salmon caviar because it's a party. And I've got some shop bought applesauce for tradition, because we don't need to make it ourselves. No one needs to be a hero. So let's plate. Little salmon caviar. Who's ready to latke? Right, I'm gonna have one, because I'm not waiting for the guests. I'm going to have a little horseradish sour cream, a little cranberry apple. Oh, the horseradish, what a treat.